Hi, so in this progress report, I am showing one of the interviews I did with students. I interviewed 3 students, but only one of them really wanted to be recorded, so that's what I'm showing here. I interviewed 2 others who had like different reasons for thrift shopping, and I'm going to be talking through this one and like some of the questions that I asked all the people. So the first question I asked Erin in this interview was when she started thrift shopping, just to get an idea of if it was a more recent thing or if she'd been doing it her whole life. And she gave an interesting response um, about her friend who had been doing it her whole life and brought her, and now she likes thrift shopping.
It was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. One of my friends, she always grew up getting clothes secondhand, and so I just went with her one time, and then I started to just go on my own.
The next question I asked Erin was what her main reason for shopping at thrift stores was, just to get an idea of why she does it.
Yeah, for fun, but also I like to know that I'm getting like it's nice to know that I'm not just buying things from like child laborers or something. I know that I'm buying secondhand. I know it's better for the environment, and I can find just as cute things, and also like my style. I like, I guess, pre-used clothes. I don't know. I just like how everything is there, and it's cheaper. I mean, there's a lot of pluses, I think.
Then I asked her how often she goes thrift shopping to kind of see if it's like a super common thing that she does a lot, if it's like a hobby of hers, or if she just does it every now and then.
It's bad. Probably like once or twice a month. If I get bored, I'm like, I'll just go to Goodwill for a minute.
So the next thing I asked was what percent of her clothes she would estimate were from a thrift store. And she made the important distinction between the clothes that she owns and the clothes that she wears, which is something I noticed everybody that I interviewed did. They said, oh, well, of the clothes I wear, it's like the majority, but of the clothes I own, it's less, which I thought was interesting because that's true for me too. Like, I own a lot of clothes that aren't secondhand, but of the clothes I wear regularly when I'm free to choose what I want to wear, like not playing sports or at school, then it is a majority thrifted.
That's kind of hard. I have a lot of clothes that aren't from there, but the clothes that I wear, majority, I'd probably say from the clothes I wear, I would say like 60 to 70%, but the clothes I own is probably like 30 to 40.
Then I asked if she'd ever bought or sold clothes on an app like Depop or Poshmark, and out of the 3 students that I interviewed, only one said that they had bought or sold clothes on there, but the other 2 both said that they like knew what the apps were.
No, I have not, but I definitely have the app and I like to look at the stuff, but I'm just always kind of scared to buy it online. And it also makes me think like the one good thing about thrift shopping is for environmental reasons, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're like shipping stuff, then doesn't that kind of like go against the whole environment? So I'm iffy on the whole subject of that, but I do have the app and I've considered buying a few things before.
And then the last thing I asked was if she'd ever felt guilty about thrift shopping and why. And most of the students said yes, but for a variety of reasons. Um, and most of them said that they did get over that guilt after maybe their first or second time, which I thought was really interesting.
Um, Some I did it for a second because I was like, what if I'm taking clothes away from people who actually need it? But then I realized that I'm not buying a ton of clothes. I buy maybe like 2 or 3 things each time I go, and there's plenty of clothing there, and it's not like I'm taking the whole stock away.
So that's it for this progress report. It was just this interview and kind of talking through the questions I asked and stuff. The next ones will be me thrifting and setting up the Depop shop, so stay tuned for that.